All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This year, the Dallas Mavericks are playing phenomenal. They are playing phenomenal, and the Spencer Dinwiddie trade was awesome. He's been phenomenal for them. Really, their defense, impeccable this season. They are on the right track. They're going to have a very, very successful and bright future for the next at least 3 years. Welcome back to the channel, though. We're talking Dallas Mavericks basketball today. If you guys enjoy it, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. As always, if you want more Mavericks content, drop a comment down below. I love talking about this team. I mean, Luka's a stud. I mean, he's a superstar stud, but their whole team is pretty dope. They got a really dope team. Like, Josh Green is such an intriguing, promising prospect to have. Dorian Finney-Smith, honestly, I think is one of the most underrated players in the entire NBA. I mean, this is the guy who legitimately defends like an all-NBA first-team defense. I mean, he is a phenomenal defensive player, and slowly, year by year, season by season, he has been improving consistently on the offensive end, and look at him now. Playing a small ball forward position. He's a phenomenal wing. Like, he can guard multiple positions. He can play multiple positions. Spencer Dinwiddie, Jalen Brunson, who I actually saw play. I actually saw him play basketball my freshman year of high school. That was like the one game I went to. Maxi Kleber, Dwight Powell, got some nice big man depth there. But this is just a really good team. And I actually we have something here defensively. Because I think that Dallas defensively, that's been one of the bigger, honestly, kind of surprises to me this season. I didn't really know what to expect heading into it, but I mean, look at them. They're playing great. So here we go. We have a stat. Dorian Finney-Smith, in 66 games played so far in the season, he's a plus 171. Jalen Brunson, 65 games played, plus 168. Reggie Bullock, who's currently injured, hope he gets back because he's a great 3-and-D player to have, 57 games, plus 164. That's 3 players plus 150 on the season. That's unbelievable. That is an unbelievable stat line. Luka Doncic, plus 117 in 52 games. Maxi Kleber, 49 games, plus 98. Josh Green, 53 games, plus 82. And then you have newly acquired Spencer Dinwiddie, who at the time of this stat only played 11 games, and he was a plus 58. I think Spencer Dinwiddie was right, actually, when he was talking about how the Washington Wizards, they just didn't utilize him properly. I mean, this is a guy who, first off, I had him on my fantasy team almost all season, and I actually never had any complaints. Seemed like Wizards fans, I don't know what their deal with Dinwiddie was, or maybe it was just the Wizards organization in general, but Spencer Dinwiddie's a hell of a basketball player. He's only 28 years old. If you listen to a Spencer Dinwiddie, like, post-game interview, I mean, his basketball knowledge is phenomenal. I mean, he is so smart. His basketball IQ is probably one of the best in the entire league. And so having that guy, having that kind of, not necessarily like a veteran, but he kind of is like a veteran. He's playing just how he played like in Brooklyn with the playoff run with D'Angelo Russell a couple of seasons ago. Like, he's a great veteran, although he's only 28. He's just a great piece to have, and he's entering his prime right now. So Spencer Dinwiddie, he's making game winners, like he's having buzzer beaters, like he is definitely enjoying his time right now in Dallas. But Dorian Finney-Smith, at the top of that list, I feel like he is kind of the glue, the rock that keeps this defense together. 66 games played, plus 171. I mean, this is a guy who, his energy alone gets everyone going. It's got to electrify his teammates. His energy alone. This is a guy who, especially in that game against Boston, like, he will drain a 3, turn around, and start talking as he's running back, as he's running down the court. Like, he is always trash-talking opponent benches, and I love it. I feel like that's a great kind of culture piece. He's a great culture piece. Phenomenal energy player. And stuff like that, it carries on. It carries over. Transfers to the other players. They feed off of that energy. And so, I mean, this is a guy who, like I said, they play a small ball. The Dallas Mavericks, they play small ball. So he's more of a wing, not really a forward, but he plays the forward position phenomenally. And I mean, I don't know the stat, but like, there are games where he will hold top scorers in the NBA, however many possessions he gets against them, to like a handful of points. Like, I bet if he guarded Steph Curry, like, I can't remember the stat with Steph where it was like, I forget how many possessions it was, but he literally gave up, I think, 0 or 2 points to Steph Curry for a whole game, however many times he was guarded on. Like, or every time he switched onto him. It's crazy. Jalen Brunson. I mean, this guy is so intriguing. The lineups that Dallas is running, kind of almost like a 3-guard-esque lineup, it's really daunting. As Kevin Durant pointed out, like, even if Luka's calling a pick and roll every possession, you don't really know what's about to happen next because there are just so many options. Like, the Dallas Mavericks offense is so versatile. It's so versatile, and their defense is even more versatile, which just makes them that much bigger of a threat. Josh Green. I mean, this is a guy who, is he still 21? I mean, Josh Green, I think, still 21 years old. This is a guy who I'm currently looking at I think this is from StatMuse. They don't even have a picture profile. That's how below the radar Josh Green was. I think he was drafted in 2020 at the 19th pick. He might have been number 20, but I think he was the 19th pick out of Arizona. He's Australian. These Aussie boys, no one can hate an Australian. Like, they're so dope. He is sweet. Yeah, he'll make a lot of, not rookie mistakes necessarily, but, he has his flaws like every young player does. But as far as defense is concerned, I mean, he is trending up quickly. Plus 82 in 53 games for a guy who's coming off of your bench. Yep. So, I mean, really, the Dallas Mavericks, they have a great starting lineup. They have a phenomenal starting lineup. Maybe the one thing you're lacking is like I don't want to say a true big, but like, like an Ayton, like I was going to say a Cat, but like, I mean, these guys are like borderline superstars. Dallas, if they get kind of like a center of the future, someone entering their prime, very, very much so like a Karl Anthony Towns, they're going to be making Western Conference Finals all the time. They'll probably be making the finals. They might even win a handful of finals. If you just give them kind of like a star type of center, star type of big man, I think it might be over. I mean, Luka Doncic is a phenomenal basketball player. What did he go last night? Like 37, 10, and 10. I mean, he's doing that almost every night. 37 points for Luka last night. 8 of 12 from downtown. 8 of 12. So I feel like this is really just kind of a taste. And then looking at their bench, I mean, Frank the Tank, phenomenal defender. You have Trey Burke, Marquise Chris, Sterling Brown, who's a solid 3-and-D player. Bertans is really interesting. It seems like he doesn't even, like, he fouled out in 12 minutes last night. It seems like he just kind of completely forgot how to play basketball since he got traded from Washington, but that's still a work in progress. They still have a really solid bench, and last night they just couldn't get the job done. They've played like, what was it? I mean, they're on this road trip. They've played like 5 games in the last 7 days or 8 days, something crazy, and this was the second night of a back-to-back. So they've lost 2 straight, but Dallas, they're definitely going to be a force in the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if, I think they will get to the second round. I wouldn't be surprised if they make it to the Western Conference Finals and gave some teams a run for their money. They're definitely giving teams a run for their money in the playoffs. That's it for today, though. Hit the like button, hit that sub button if you want more Mavericks content. Go ahead and drop a comment down below.